Welcome back, my fantastic friends. My name is Luke, and today we're going to go through some Alice in Wonderland pins. I have a bunch of new Alice in Wonderland pins that I've kind of been building up over the last, while, and haven't had a chance to go through yet, so stay tuned for more. As I said in the intro, today we're going to go through some Alice in Wonderland pins. Over the last, month, 2 months, I've been slowly kind of collecting Alice in Wonderland pins. As some of you know, I have an Alice in Wonderland collection currently. I've been, either trading or purchasing pins to add to that, but I haven't really had a chance to go through them yet. They didn't fall under any unboxings or anything like that, so let's just go through them today. First up, we have the Minnie Mouse Main Attraction series, and this represents the teacups. So that's an Alice in Wonderland themed ride, so hence why I'm covering them today. I got these from my friends over at Magically Mickey and More. I'll link their channel right over here, Haley and Tommy. They're awesome. If you haven't watched them, which I'm sure all of you have who are following me, because, why wouldn't you be following them too? Because generally we're kind of in the same community, so if you found their channel's much larger than mine, so if you found mine, I hope you found theirs too. If not, check them out. They're really funny and they're just great people, so definitely give them some support. Haley, I don't know if she posted a picture of them or something. We kind of were just talking about the pins, and she mentioned there were some at her Disney store, so she actually picked them up for me at the Disney store near her and sent them out. So once again, thanks so much for these, Haley and Tommy. This doesn't technically fall under Alice in Wonderland per se, i.e. it's not Alice, it's Minnie, but they're the Alice's teacups, so to me, it's all kind of one and the same. These are gonna go in my Alice in Wonderland collection primarily. This one will. So this one I'm gonna put in my attractions collection, this one will go with the Minnie, and then this one will go in my Alice in Wonderland collection. So let's just kind of dive right into this set. First we have the teacup itself that represents the ride vehicle, in essence. Then we have the Minnie, who is dressed in the color palette from this overall series, or this overall month in the series. And then these are a representation of the ears that release with the series as well. Let's kind of give it up close of each now. So this is the teacup here. It's an enamel pin. It has kind of a three-dimensional effect, similar to the last series, main attraction series I showed you here. This one is also textured, which is nice, and it is a thick pin. This is quite a thick pin here. Nice colors there. So on the back here, we have the Minnie Mouse Main Attraction logo. This is a limited release. This series came out in March. We have the Mickey waffling, and then, the pin trading logo, all the regular things. This has a gold toned finish, and each of these pins, you're gonna see 2 pin posts on these guys. So overall, this is a really nice pin. I like this one a lot more than I liked the one from the Small World collection from April. I believe it was April. This one, once again, I'm not a huge fan of the color palette. The pink and the yellow together, it's fine. It's just not really my cup of tea. Pun intended. Actually, pun not intended, but as it was coming out of my mouth, I just apparently make dad jokes without even realizing, because as it was coming out of my mouth, I realized it was quite an appropriate pun. Anyhow, I do like this one more because it is kind of an enamel pin. It feels more like a traditional enamel pin. It's not just like a screen print element. So I do like this one a little bit more than the last main attraction series I reviewed. Next up is the Minnie from this collection. So I like this one as well. I do like the overall art style of this pin as well, so let me give you a close-up now. So you can see here, she's got kind of like a vintage Minnie feel. The colors are a bit more muted, or almost like off-white. It just gives it kind of an older feel, which I do like. There are some screen printing elements on her dress there, and then on the cup, just to give it a little bit more detail. But I do like this pin overall. I think it's kind of fun. It fits the theme well. It feels kind of Teacups and Mad Hatter-y, if you will. And I, of course, always love a good pie eye Minnie. So on the back here, you can see they got kind of creative with where they're putting all of the logos. There's like the Disney logo way up top, and then there's the FAC kind of out on her hand. The French version of limited release kind of run down her neck next to the pin post. Something on the cup. So it's I kind of like how they crammed everything in there. It's a unique use of space, at least. This is probably my favorite of the three, or the ears are... I'm just not a huge ears collector, so I do collect Minnie, so this is my favorite of the three. I do wish they used maybe some like glitter elements. That was something I really did like from the It's a Small World collection, was the glitter elements throughout the ear pin and also on the Minnie herself. Maybe, maybe in the dress instead of the screen printed element, they could have done like a glitter element or something. I don't know. But once again, I'm not a designer. I'm just a critic, apparently. I do like the vintage feel of this Minnie because, as some of you know, I do tend to collect more like vintage or retro kind of Mickey and Minnie. But yeah, big win on this one. And lastly, we have the ears from each collection. So this is a pretty good representation of the ears that released with these. They came with this kind of giant like top hat on them, which was a bit ridiculous, but this basically is kind of what they look like, except these look a little like more old. Or these look a little more retro, I guess you could say, or kind of vintage. But yeah, let me give you an up close. So you can see here, it's kind of the almost like Mad Hatter colors of that kind of teal, or I don't know if it's like periwinkle or what that bluish kind of color is. Seafoam, who knows? And then that cream color, which I do like those together, that's nice. And then we got the pink and the purple in the ears. This appears to be a combination of enamel and a little bit of screen printing on that cup there, just to give it that extra detail. But overall, this is a pretty nice pin. And then on the back here, once again, all of the same information. Minnie Mouse main attraction, Disney logo, pin trading, limited release. This one, it's kind of interesting that it has 2 pin posts because it doesn't really seem like it would need it because it's not a giant pin or anything, but extra secure, why not? Yeah, overall, I do enjoy this pin. I like the color palette, or the color choices. It has kind of an oldie-timey feel. Yeah, I'd say middle of the road this one's middle of the road for me, once again. That seems to be a trend with the main attraction series, is like my favorite is the Minnie, my least favorite's the actual attraction ride, and the ears kind of fall in the middle somewhere. This one's gonna be going into my Alice in Wonderland collection because otherwise it's kind of a standalone. And I'm gonna add some of the other ones to my attractions collection, so I'm gonna kind of split the set up. Overall, I do like this set. I like the color choices a bit more than the It's a Small World. That didn't really speak to me, where these kind of are more my color jam, if you will. I mean, I guess pink and purple's not really my color jam, but I don't know. I guess these really, they're Minnie anyway, so they're not really made for me. They're for Minnie. So I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just kind of rambling on. Next up, we have this set here from Shop Disney. This is a 3-pin set, comes sold like this. I love the backer card on this one. It's like the bottle that Alice drinks out of, and then later on falls in. And then you got the doorknob and then the Red Queen. Not the Red Queen. Why do I keep calling her the Red Queen? The Queen of Hearts down below. I will say that I think lately Shop Disney's been kind of killing it with the backer cards. I like that they are incorporated into the overall theme. I'm gonna take these off the backer card and give you a closer look now. First up, we have the doorknob, which this is a simple pin overall. It's just kind of a brushed, like brass kind of feel to it, but it's a really great representation of the doorknob. Kind of almost right after she turns his nose and he goes, "Aww." That's kind of what it reminds me of. Aww. You know what I mean. But yeah, I think he's really adorable. It's kind of a thick pin. Let me show you the side. So it's got that 3-dimensional kind of feel. His nose and his lips kind of stick out, and his eyes to an extent. But yeah, I think this is a cool pin. Once again, really simple, but I do enjoy it. The back of this one's really simple. You could call it a sandbag, but it's actually pretty smooth. It's mildly textured, but overall pretty smooth. Got nice 2 nubs on there, pin trading logo, and then copyright Disney down below. So just to reiterate, I do really like this pin. At first, when I saw it on the website, I was like, that's one I'll just trade away. But once I actually got it in, I like this one better than the Queen of Hearts pin, I think. Cool little doorknob. Plus, he's kind of unique, I guess. You don't see him a ton. Next up, we have the Queen of Hearts. So this one's cool because it looks like a actual playing card. She looks like she's got that kind of grin on her face, that evil grin. She's holding her heart fan there, and down bottom says Queen of Everything. So once again, 1 pin post, 2 nubs on this one. Nice sized nubs, regular old sandbag, and then you got your applicable logos right there. I'm generally not a big collector of villain pins. The Queen of Hearts is one that I have I think 1 or 2 other pins of. The only real villain I collect is Mad Madam Mim, and same, it's like a small collection. Just not really a huge villains, but this one, I do like the overall quality of the pin. Yeah, I really like Alice in Wonderland. It's like one of my favorite movies. I watch it constantly. So figure why not, right? Maybe if somebody really wants it, if somebody like really collects the Queen of Hearts and really wants this pin, then let me know. Let me know down below. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna put it in my collection. And the last one we have from this set, this is my favorite one from this little 3 set, is Alice in the glass jar. The glass jar that when she cries and then she gets small and falls into and then says, "Oh, I wish I didn't cry so much." That like classic meme line. Yeah, that's this pin, so get ready. It's my favorite one, probably my favorite Alice pin so far, so let me show you up close. So we have Alice here. The face she's making is probably my favorite part. It's kind of that face she makes like, "Oh, why did I cry so much?" Yeah, Alice, why did you cry so much? But I think that's probably my favorite part. And then has the tag wrapped around there. And then below, it looks like she's standing in liquid or glass, which is really cool. It's kind of has a similar effect to the new chase, like hidden Mickey chasers, so the kind of purple fill. It's a similar kind of effect to that. Yeah, I think this is just a great pin. It's one of my favorite scenes from that movie, just the beginning there. Then on the back, we got the same information as the rest. Disney, logo, pin trading, and copyright Disney. 2 great nubs on this one. Just to reiterate, yeah, this is my favorite pin from this little collection, this little series. I do directly collect Alice too, so I think she's probably one of, if not my favorite Alice that I have currently, one of the like top 3 for sure. Last set we're gonna go through today is this Alice Flowers set. This set is specifically the flowers from the like one of the beginning scenes where Alice is, you know, singing with the flowers and Golden Afternoon, that whole bit. This set's from Loungefly. I believe I got it through Box Lunch, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll leave a link below in the comments for you. I'll leave links for all the stuff, but yeah, whatever. This set's specifically the flowers from the Golden Afternoon song. So these are really cool, pretty unique. You don't see a ton of these pins around. I'm gonna take them off the backer card and I'm gonna show you. Man, they jingle so much. I'm gonna take these off the backer card and I'll show you up close. First up, we have the main flower herself. She's the conductor of the choir, if you will. She's the matriarch, I assume, in that bunch. Once again, pun intended. Actually, not really, but kind of. But yeah, let me show you her up close. So this is by far the largest pin you can see here. So we've got kind of some nice colors there, gold tone finish. She's holding her, you know, kind of conductress wand or whatever it's called. Baton, is that what it's called? I don't know. She's holding her little rose wand there and yeah, kind of in an action pose. I will mention that the enamel on this one is a little streaky, especially down in the leaf area. I'm not sure if you can really see that in the reflection, but the enamel is a bit streaky on this pin, so just worth noting there. Then on the back, we have what's now become the standard for these Loungefly pins is that kind of crown waffling. And then the other section is just kind of a smooth down bottom. So you can see here on this side, the waffling doesn't extend out all the way. So it's kind of a smooth bit there. So also just wanted to point that out. But now this has become the standard for the waffling here with those Loungefly crowns. So out of all of these Loungefly pins in this set, this one definitely has the most quality control issues, if you will. Streaky enamel, primarily in the petals, or excuse me, in the leaves down below, but then also some up in the petals up top in her kind of head feature. And then once again on the back with the waffling not extending all the way out. I know that may seem minor, but you know, with regular Disney pins, that's always a tell, or that's generally a tell of like, you know, if it's fake or not. So I think it's important that the pin companies kind of are consistent, you know. Just figured I'd mention it. So if you get one secondhand or something, you'll know what to look for. If you see that, it shouldn't be kind of a red flag. Next up is the rocking horsefly. So I don't know that this is really a flower, but it still came as kind of the part of the flower collection. But it's, I guess, a unique Golden Afternoon bug. But let me show you up close. So you can see here, pretty nice detail on this one. The lines are a little thick for the size of pin, as this is a smaller, thinner pin. Overall, a nice pin in the front. I do like that kind of pale purple they use for the wings. It really does give almost a translucent effect there. Then once again on the back, you have the smooth bottom with the kind of copyright Disney and then those Loungefly crowns up top. At first when I saw this pin, I thought that the heavier lines were just due to consistency throughout the set. But once I kind of looked at it up against some of the other pins, some of the larger pins have thinner line details. So you would think for something that You would think that something that is supposed to be a little bit more delicate, such as, I mean, I guess flowers are delicate too, but a horsefly and their wings, or rocking horsefly, excuse me, and their wings, which, you know, in theory are delicate and kind of fragile, they would maybe opt for like a thinner line detail. But once again, I'm not a designer. I guess I'm just a critic, but hear me out. I guess who am I to say this stuff? But I don't know. My mom is an artist. Did I give you any credibility to talk about this stuff? Maybe. You tell me in the comments. Do you critique your pins too? Is it just me? Am I just a big a-hole? Or is this okay? You tell me. Let me know down below. Next up is the bread and butterfly from the same Golden Afternoon series. Once again, not a plant, or not a flower, so maybe I shouldn't have called it the flower collection. Maybe I should have just called it the Golden Afternoon collection. Maybe that's what I should call this set, because apparently only 2 of the 4 are flowers. So anyway, the bread and butterfly. Let me give you an up close and personal with this guy. So this is by far the smallest pin. It is fairly detailed considering it's pretty small. You can see his little bug eyes down below. The butter there is represented by the darker yellow in his wing. So pretty unique on this one. I haven't yet to see a pin like this before, so pretty cool. Then on the back here, same sort of deal, same sort of information, same sort of half crowned, half smooth action. This is probably my favorite pin from the collection. The next one I'm gonna show I think is like the cutest one, but I just like how small this one is and it's super unique. I've never seen, I mean, tell me below, tell me in the comments if there's other bread and butterfly pins out there. But I have yet to come across one, so I thought it was interesting and I just thought it was pretty cool. The last one we have here is the little flower guy. You know, the one it's in kind of a bunch with the other ones, similar. They're all kind of bunched together. They're represented by like the little kid voices in the Golden Afternoon series. They just sound like kids. But yeah, I think this one's by far the cutest pin, so let me give you an up close. So this is the pin I was referencing when I said some of them had thinner lines. There's thinner line detail specifically throughout the face and kind of the quote-unquote hair that I think would be, you know, well suited to some of the other pins. That kind of like cute little face. And yeah, in the movie, they're little kids, so you just think they're cute little flowers, little cute guys. But I do like the colors here, the blue and kind of yellow and that nice green for the stem and the leaves. And then once again, we have a similar back. I will mention this one is kind of the scratchiest back. So the bottom portion, it's supposed to be smooth like the other ones, but it's looking a little beat up or just a little scratchy. So the quality control on these pins was not super great. That little face, you just want to squeeze the little flower cheeks. Yeah, that's what I want to do at least. So cute. Like a little dog, you want to give a little pet? I don't know. No, just me, only me. And maybe it's just because of the characters they represent. They're like the bunch of the little ones at the end. It's like, oh, we don't want any weeds in our bed. No, anyone else? Is anyone else like a huge Alice in Wonderland nerd like I am? Let me know below. Well, that's all she wrote, friends. That's all she wrote. That's all Alice wrote today is 10 new Alice pins. Got the Minnie Mouse main attraction teacups, which arguably aren't Alice in Wonderland pins, but I think they fall under the glitter realm. So if you want to argue about it, let's do it down below in the comments. Then we also got the Golden Afternoon series from Loungefly with the 2 flowers and the 2 insects, if you will. Cool, little quality stuff there, but still cool. And then we had the set from Shop Disney, the Alice in the Little Jar and the doorknob, which once again I thought was really cool, and then the Queen of Hearts. So if you liked what you saw today, please give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe with notifications on to stay in the loop for when I post new videos. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. So stick around to see more. So stay tuned for more. What's with this? Always with the finger wagging. Why am I always spinning? All right, so what's with the all right? Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Any Ace Ventura fans out there? Anyhow, their names are Haley and Tommy from Magically Mickey and More. I will link their channel. Let me start over. But yeah, I like this set overall. The main attraction series has been pretty cool. Tried to get Peter Pan, but didn't get it, so oh well. Maybe I'll be able to get those later. Who knows? We'll see. Shit. Why do I always drop pins? Like, what's wrong with me? Who out there is an Alice in Wonderland fanatic like myself? full transparency, I watch it probably 30% of the time I'm going to bed. Alice in Wonderland is on. Maybe 25% of the time, but somewhere along those lines, especially within the last like 6 months. Pretty much since Disney Plus has come out, Alice in Wonderland is on a pretty constant repeat in my sleeping repertoire. I rarely make it to any of the scenes with the Queen in them. Usually sleep by then, so just, you know, lullabies me to sleep. Alice and the flowers and the golden afternoon just lullaby me to sleep. Also tell me out there who loves the Golden Afternoon song, because I sure do. This guy, one of my favorites,